Hey everyone, my name is Lauren Benson, and the educational giant that I'm going to be talking about today is Thomas Jefferson. So usually when we hear about Thomas Jefferson, we think about him as the president or think about him as a founding father, when in reality he contributed a lot more than what he contributed to politics. Sometimes Thomas Jefferson can be seen in kind of a negative light, just depending on some media or where you get your information, but he contributed to a lot in the world of education, and that's what we are going to be looking at today. So just to give you some background on Thomas Jefferson, he was born and pretty much lived all of his life in Virginia. He was born to an extremely well-off family who were planters, so they had a lot of money from just owning their plantation. So from the start, Thomas Jefferson had a pretty easy life growing up in such a well-off family. His life wasn't necessarily filled with many trials based on his family's economical status. He was wealthy and he was incredibly smart, and he was really hardworking. So based on the biographies written about Jefferson, it's easy to see that he had such a strong passion for learning and education, which may have contributed to his reforms that he came up with when he associated with politics. So a little bit about his education. From when he was 9 years old, he attended private schools where he studied Greek and Latin, and then he went on to attend college in Virginia, his hometown, and he graduated with high academics and he became a lawyer before he went into politics. So Thomas Jefferson had many high-functioning contributions to education. One of the most influential was that of free public school. So Thomas Jefferson believed that everyone should have the right to education no matter where they came from or what their economic background was. And I think this was like a really progressive idea for that time, because compared to today, this was like a time of unequal opportunities, and so just the fact that he was focusing on equality for everyone was pretty monumental for that time, I think. He also put into place an educational foundational system that most schools still use today, primary schools and high schools and so on. Thomas Jefferson proposed that all students should be taught reading, writing, common arithmetic, and history, and he believed that with these skills, children could become high-functioning people in society and have the proper knowledge to make well-educated decisions, not only in life, but especially in government. So Thomas believed that education was powerful, and his goal was to inform children of the government so that they could have the best possible chance to continue America's incline and keep things running smoothly. So Jefferson also proposed that parents take lead in schools rather than just the government take the lead in schools. And I think this was also pretty unique for the time period as well, because almost everything at that time was either ran by the government or being decided if it should be ran by the government. And schools were just predicted to be not any different than those things. And nowadays, schools have PTAs and other parent leadership organizations to help parents take leads in school. Because of Thomas Jefferson's contributions to education, our educational system has been strengthened, and education is easy for anyone to obtain. He truly was a man of change, and let that show all within his work through education and even within his politics. So one of my favorite quotes by Thomas Jefferson, one that I found online, it says, "Educate and inform the whole mass of the people. They are the only sure reliance for the preservation of our liberty." And I think this truly embodies what Thomas Jefferson was going for when it came to education and just his beliefs in general. He had a lot of faith in society and knew that if they had the proper education, that they could truly change the world for the better. Thanks to Thomas Jefferson, everyone has equal opportunity for success and the opportunity to help America continually grow as a nation. And because of that, it's pretty cool.